Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. So in today's video, as you can see by the title, it is another makeup collection video. This one is going to be on my foundations. So if you haven't seen the first one, I did one on my primers. And this is sort of like, you know, those videos back in the day where people would go through all their drawers and show all of their makeup off. I kind of wanted to do that, but I thought this would be a bit more informative to someone that's maybe new to makeup, just getting into makeup, don't really know what they're doing, don't really know what products to go for. I just thought it would be more informative and a bit more helpful than just showing you what collection I have. I have the biggest collection in the world, I wish. I recently, like last year, the year before, decluttered a lot of makeup. Like, I'm actually regretting it. I bend a lot of makeup, but I feel like it's gave me that perspective of only using products that I really like. Every now and again I'll try a new product, foundation, primer, whatever it is, and it gives me a kind of good indication if I like it or not. It's also really good that I don't have a humongous collection, because then I use all the products and not waste money, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I will leave the first video down below. I'll also pop it on a playlist, so like whenever I upload these videos you can see them like one after the other. This video and this series is not to brag, like there's nothing to brag about. I don't have the biggest collection ever. I have a mixture of high-end, I've got some drugstore, I don't really have much of the luxury high-end. I just don't see the point, because the drugstore is killing it recently with new products, new formulations. They're great. Today is going to be my foundations. Now, I don't have a lot of foundations. I did say this in my last video. Some videos might be longer, some may be shorter in this series, because obviously I don't have a lot of concealers and bronzers, but I have a lot of lipsticks and a lot of blushes. And obviously with the colourful stuff, I want to do swatches and stuff, whereas in the foundation one, I don't really need to swatch that. But yeah, I'm rambling. So if you want to see my foundation collection and my thoughts on my foundation collection, keep watching. I have my cup of tea at hand as well. I've got 4 products that technically aren't foundations. They are in the same family as a foundation, but they're not classed as a foundation. But I still use them on the face as a foundation. I don't typically use these in conjunction with a foundation, so I don't mix these with a foundation. I will wear these as a foundation. So let's start off with this. This is what I've got on my face right now, and this is just one of my favourite purchases of 2023. It is going to be forever one of my favourite purchases. I will continue to repurchase this. I love this. Like, I know products are different for everybody. My opinion might not match with yours. My skin type is normal, a little bit dry around the nose, but on the par, normal. I'm normal skin. I get a few breakouts here and there, that's it. This is so nice. It's on my skin right now. I've got nothing else on apart from a little concealer under the eye, and I've lightly powdered. But this on its own, I have popped this underneath foundation as well, but I actually prefer to wear it like this. So this is the iconic Radiance Booster in Shell Glow. They have tons of shades in this as well, which is great, which is amazing, because it's on par with the Rimmel glowy Taskmaster filter thing, and the collection, the e.l.f. and the Charlotte Tilbury. This could technically have went into my primer video, but I love this too much as a foundation to put it in the primers, because it's so beautiful on its own. You don't need to put this underneath foundation and stuff. It's got a little bit more coverage than the other products that are in the same category as this. It's so nice, and I will always repurchase this in multiple colours as well, for when I'm tan, for when I'm light. I kind of get away with this shade both when I'm light and when I'm tanned. It just enhances your skin, makes it look so glowy but not oily and greasy looking and sweaty looking. It's just a beautiful glow. There's no shimmer in this. Packaging is absolutely gorgeous. I love the packaging of Iconic London. It's probably one of my favourite things about Iconic London, that all of their products look stunning. They've got that gold accents with the black. I love it. I love this. Will I repurchase this? Definitely, 100 times yes. If they ever discontinue this, I will be so upset because they have so many shades. The formulation of this product is so amazing, and it just, I rarely wear foundation on a day-to-day basis. Like, I've got to be in the mood to wear a full coverage foundation. This is my go-to every single time I don't want to wear a foundation. Next product I have is another Iconic London product. I got all this pretty much the same time. I kind of went crazy on Iconic London. So this is the Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint in Natural Fair. This is the product I use if I'm so pale that this looks ridiculous on me. So this is like it's really liquidy. It's in one of those little kind of like, it almost reminds me of the Chanel packaging. I don't even know if they still do that tint from Chanel, but it's given that sort of vibe. I love the packaging of this. It's so nice. The product itself, it's not my favourite. I do prefer the Radiance Booster, but that is me personally because I do prefer that radiant, glowy look. This is more obviously on the matter side because it's a blurring effect. It does leave your skin super flawless looking. It's just, I prefer personally the Radiance Booster. So if I had to choose again whether to pick one or the other, it would be the Radiance Booster. But this is really nice. If you have that oilier skin type, you would really, really like this. I don't know if it would stay on all day or if it would kind of melt with the oils though. That's the only thing, because I have normal skin, so I can't test that out for you guys. But it's definitely something to try if you like your skin tints and you like your kind of like your professional sort of products. It's sort of on par with that, but it's a lot more liquidy rather than silicone-y, if that makes sense. Not a pore filling product. It just smooths out lines and stuff. It is really, really nice. It comes in a ton of shades. Would I repurchase that again? I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. It's not my favourite product from Iconic London. It is nice. I do use it. I would 100 times over buy this over this. But it's nice and it's worth a try if you're in the market for something like this. One tinted moisturizer. I love this tinted moisturizer. It is so nice. The only issue I have with this is they have not a lot of shade ranges, and this is in light 2, right? So there's one before this, but this is light 2. It is dark. I get away with this when I'm tanned. I can't get away with this when I'm pale. It is far too dark. Alaska light 2, so it is quite dark. So the shades and the shade range are not the best. It's the only issue I have with it, but it's fine. I can get away with it when I've got fake tan on. When I have fake tan on, this is such a beautiful formula. It's just a shame the shades let it down. It's gorgeous. It is a bit on the orangey side, which is why I have to wear it when I've got a fake tan on, whereas this is a lot more paler, not as orange, which is why I can get away with that with or without fake tan. This has got so nice coverage for a tinted moisturizer. As you can see, it is so nice and radiant and glowy. It's softening. My hand feels like velvet. It's so nice. Definitely worth checking out if you have an NARS counter in store so you can check out your shade, because I wouldn't risk it online, because I went for this thinking I was wanting a colour like this. No, it's quite dark. But yeah, Love this. Love, love, love. Will I repurchase? Definitely. And maybe even try the shade up and see how light compared to this it is. But for fake tan, when I want a tinted moisturiser, not a foundation, like full coverage, love this. It's so, so nice. And yeah, I just love NARS. NARS is probably one of those brands for me. I don't really have a lot of NARS products, but I have pretty much all of their foundations, or I have tried all of their foundations and I've repurchased their foundations. They are so good. And this is the first time me trying the tinted moisturiser. I've had this for about a year and a half. It's so good. Highly recommend if you're in the market for a tinted moisturiser, but check your shades in it. Next we have this. Now I bought this ages ago. It's from Revolution. It's the Super Dewy Skin Tint. This is duping something. Don't ask me what. I cannot remember for the life of me what it is. But I got the shade medium for when I was, this was specifically bought for when I was fake tanned. I've used it once. I just never gravitate towards it. It says it's lightweight tinted moisturiser, gives the skin a radiant dewy finish enriched with wild berry extract. It's, I mean, it is medium, but it's quite pink. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It is pulling a bit more orange on camera, but I don't know. I feel like it went funny on my skin. Look at the difference. Now this is looking like a light shade compared to this. I just feel texture wise it's got a sticky tackiness to it, which you might like. I wasn't a huge fan of that. It smells like Play-Doh. This one literally just smells like NARS foundation. This smells like Play-Doh. It's okay. I think you could probably find a better one from the drugstore. I'm not gonna lie. It's not dewy. It's when it's saying super dewy. It's not. It's not. Compared to this, which is just claiming to be radiant and not dewy, I find that this one's more dewy than this one. I don't think I would repurchase this. I mean, if you've got the budget for this and you can't really budget for anything else, then it's an okay starting point. Like, it's not the worst. It gives a nice amount of coverage. It just feels a bit tacky on the skin, I'm not gonna lie. I personally just don't get on with this. It kind of crumbles around my nose for it being a tinted moisturiser, which is supposed to be hydrating if it's a tinted moisturiser. I just feel like it's not, which is annoying. But yeah, I probably wouldn't repurchase this again. I haven't used it since I bought it. Probably should just bin it, to be honest with you. But we'll give it another chance at some point. Maybe throughout the summer, we'll give it another shot. But for now, it's meh. On to foundations. Well, technically I've got this one as well, which is, again, technically not a foundation. It is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum. This I love. This is so nice. So this came out roughly about the same time as the Maybelline Superstay Serum. I've never tried that. I do want to try it. It's on my wish list. But this has got 1% pure hyaluronic acid and I've got the shade 2-3 Light. So this is, again, most of my foundations are for when I'm fake tanned. Because I don't really tend to wear makeup when I'm not fake tanned. I know that sounds so weird. I actually need to go out and just get lighter shades and stuff that I've already got. Because I know I like the formula. I just need to find the right shade for when I'm this pale. But this is stunning on the face. It is so glowy, hydrating looking. It gives a good, decent amount of coverage for being a tinted serum. When you think tinted serum, you think really watery, lacking pigment. This is so nice. I'm so happy that I bought it. It is quite expensive. I think this was like £11 from the drugstore, which is quite expensive for the drugstore. But I love this. and you can't see it because I've just shook it up, but I'm literally about there in the bottle, and I only got it before Christmas. I've used this a ton. The only thing, if I had only one thing, it smells like paint. Like, legit smells like emulsion for your walls. It doesn't smell great, and it's because it's a tinted serum, it is so watery, so runny. You pop it on your face, you've got literally 0.5 seconds to blend it before it ruins your clothes. It's so runny, like, it is ridiculously, it's so runny. But those are the only issues I've had. I mean, the runniness isn't necessarily an issue, you just need to really quickly blend it before it drips onto your clothes. The smell doesn't last. I'm getting the cold again anyway, so it doesn't even matter, but I can still smell that even with a blocked nose. It's quite potent. I'm not sure what ingredient in there is making it smell like that, but I'm not a fan of the smell. But because the product is so good, I can bypass the smell. It's not a lingering smell. Once you put it on your face, the smell fades. But yeah, highly recommend this if you're like me and you like your lighter coverage foundations. This is a must try if you haven't already. It's so good. Continuing with the True Match, I have two. This is the only foundation I have in 2 shades because I love it so much. It is my go-to drugstore full coverage going out foundation. So I've used this for years, like literally years, and this is the shade colour that I used to use way back in the day. It is 3.N neutral undertone, so as you can see it's quite a bit darker than my natural. I've used this for years, literally when it first came out and everybody was raving about it on YouTube, and then recently I picked up a cooler toned lighter shade. It's not much lighter if I'm going to be honest with you. It's a 2.R/2.C cool undertone. So it is a little bit lighter. This foundation does oxidize a little bit. So yeah, but I love this foundation. I will repurchase this for forever. It's so good. It's like £11. Sometimes can get for under £10 in like Boots and Superdrug. This is so nice if you're starting out in makeup and you want a full coverage foundation, but you don't have the budget for like NARS and like MAC and stuff. This one definitely gets the thumbs up for me. I would highly recommend this one, hands down. So the next one I have is a Rimmel one. It is the Lasting Finish up to 35-hour hydration boost beige. Again, tannin shade. It's, yeah. This Rimmel was my go-to brand for primers, foundations, concealers, lipsticks and nail polishes when I was like high school age. It was the best. We were all loving it, and I used to always use this foundation and the Wake Me Up, which is now called, I think, the Radiance foundation, I think. They've definitely changed the formula of this. It never used to be so thick. It's a really thick full coverage foundation, but for the price you're getting like MAC quality, I feel, in this foundation. It's not cakey because it's got hyaluronic acid in it. It gives that kind of hydrated, glowy look. It's not matte, it's more on the satiny side. I did do, I don't know if it was my last makeup look or the one before it, but I used this one and it's so nice. Full coverage from the drugstore is really hard to find. This is so good. So good for the price. I think you can get it for like £10. Drugstore foundations have definitely went up in price, but as I said, I've used this since I was like, I started wearing makeup when I was like 15, and this was my go-to, and it's still really good. It's not my go-to now. I do prefer the L'Oreal one because it's a bit more liquidy, a little bit more less thick, but if I'm in that mood for a really full coverage foundation, I'll go for that one. I have one from Elf. I actually got this in the sale, and I did that vlog like 3 years ago, and I still have this. This is the Flawless Satin Foundation in, used to be called Natural, previously Natural, in the shade Biscuit. I got this for £3, and I just thought, you know what, let's try it. I've never tried Elf's foundations and stuff like that. This is so nice. I remember using it for the first time, and I thought, damn, this is a good foundation for £3. Even at the full size or the full price for, I think, £9, I think it usually is. I'm not sure. But for £3, this is a damn good foundation. It's great coverage. It's not matte. As I said, it's satin, so it leaves that kind of dewy, natural look to the skin. It is medium coverage. A medium coverage, so it is not super sheer, but it's not full coverage. I don't know if you can see, I've used quite a bit of it, and it takes a long time for me to wear out a foundation, like finish a foundation. I don't really wear foundation that much. I don't really wear makeup that much, so it does take a long time for me to get through makeup. That is a telltale sign that I really like a product. I would highly recommend this if, again, you're starting out in makeup, don't have a lot of money to budget for the makeup. I feel like this would be a really good kit foundation. They have a ton of shades. It's not super expensive, and it's a really good kind of in-between foundation. It's not matte, it's not super radiant, it's satin, it's more natural looking, it's medium coverage, you know what I mean? It's not super light, it's not really full coverage. You can build it up as well if you really wanted to, but I really like this, and I will repurchase when it's finished. Mine's whether to add this one because I got this from Aldi. So Aldi sometimes bring out beauty dupes and stuff, and if you can't tell by the packaging who they're duping here, the Lacura, which is the Aldi beauty brand, so on all their beauty stuff, and this is the Cashmere Glow Luminous Foundation. This was $6.99. The brand or product that is duping is roughly about £60. I've never tried the dupe because, quite frankly, I can get 2 foundations from NARS from that, so you know what I mean. Packaging, it's a frosted glass bottle, pump, lid. Simple, but it's a little bit more luxurious than £6 looking, I think. The foundation itself, stunning. I don't know if it's completely duping because I've never tried the other one. The shade 2, that's the only thing with Aldi foundations and Aldi beauty, like skin stuff, their shade ranges, not the best. So this is shade 2, so as you can see, it's a tan shade again, but oh my god, I mean, it's looking very odd because I'm so pale, but when I've got like fresh tan, that little dot went so far. I mean, it does look orange on camera, it does not look that orange in real life. I've only used it a couple of times, but it gives a really nice glow to the skin, and it's not tacky feeling. But for £6, you can't really cry at that, again, if you're wanting the actual dupe, but you can't afford it, because let's face it, who can afford £60 on a foundation, like one foundation? But with a fresh layer of tan, it kind of matches now. My skin underneath this doesn't look like this, but I looked ill. So yeah, so I really like this. I think next time this comes out, I will get shade 1. There's a big jump. That's the only thing. They only have like 6 shades, and there's big jumps in between, which is not great. But formula, packaging, so nice. From NARS, I have absolutely no idea what happened to this one. But it went everywhere, and I don't know why. So I'm just gonna quickly try and make this look a little bit presentable. This is like my go-to when it comes to foundations and high-end foundations. I currently, like, the only one I've never tried is the soft matte, but again, I don't see why I would try that because I don't like matte foundations. So yeah, so these are the two that I have right now. I have had the one in the tall bottle as well. I can't remember the name of it. All Radiance Prime like foundation or something. So this is the light reflecting foundation in Patagonia. That is my shade. Sometimes I go between that one and Santa Fe. Again, these are my tannin shades. My non-tannin shade, well, it used to be DeVille. I'm not sure if it's the same anymore, but I always buy Patagonia or Santa Fe. I just like the undertones of them and they match perfectly. And they do oxidize just a tiny, tiny bit, but I never get an issue with these shades. So yeah, so this is the light reflecting foundation. This is so nice. It's so lightweight. Lighter coverage, as you guys can tell, that's my sort of vibe. I do have the fuller coverage foundations for like nights out and stuff, but on a day-to-day basis it's definitely more on this sort of way. Tinted moisturizer, skin tints, that is what I like to wear. I love the fact you can't feel this on your skin. It literally feels like you're wearing nothing on your skin. The coverage it gives though is really, really nice. Skin-like, super glowy, just really nice. I really like this. There's nothing bad to say about it. And I will repurchase that, and I might actually get my lighter shade in that as well. And then the last foundation is the famous Sheer Glow. I remember, when was this, like 2015 or something, that everybody was going crazy for this. I've used this for years. This is like my 7th or 8th bottle of this. It has definitely went up in price since then, but I love this. The only thing is it doesn't come with a pump. You've got to pay for the pump separately, which I never do, because you can't put the lid back on it and it annoys me that way. So yeah, I love this. Again, Patagonia medium 1.2. This, that's what I mean though. This is medium, like, this is medium 1.2. This is light or shade 2. Like, the shade ranges in MAC and in NARS are so great, I feel. Lots of different undertone. I'm more of like the beige undertone. I don't like getting ones that are little, like, on the warmer side, because if they do oxidize it will look more orange on me. I'm definitely not a pinky undertone person. I'm more of a yellow undertone, especially when I've got fake tan on. But I'm more neutral and I kind of go towards the beige. So yeah, anyway, that is my last foundation, and I've bought it 7 times. So if that doesn't tell you that this is like probably one of my favourite foundations of all time, then I don't know what is. But I love this foundation. It is definitely not sheer. It's definitely got coverage. It's definitely a medium to full coverage buildable foundation coverage. The glowiness though is just stunning. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look heavy on the skin. It's quite a lightweight foundation. It just looks really nice, and it's so easy to blend and work with, and it doesn't go cakey, it doesn't bobble, it doesn't dry on your skin. That's with normal skin though, so I couldn't tell you what this is like on dry skin, on oily skin, or combination skin. If you have any of them and you've seen or tried any of these foundations, let us know in the comments what your opinion on these are, because these might work for me, they might not work for you. I say this in my primers one, these might not work for you. I'm not telling you to go out and buy this. This is just a little bit of a helpful information and just a helpful video to give you an insight on each of the products, because I don't know, I just thought it would be fun to do it that way rather than just going through my drawers and showing you what I've got in my drawers. Anyway, that is my last foundation. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please give it a great big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Please subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing if you did that. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.